Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think personal branding. Okay. Here is a question that was asked to me as to, because I have mentioned in my other videos that sometimes, listening to podcasts, is a waste of time. Watching too many YouTube videos also becomes a waste of time. So the question that was asked is, when does listening to podcasts and watching videos become a liability or a bad thing? And another question that was asked in the similar fashion is, should I stop taking advice from millionaires and billionaires online? They share their secrets of whatever. Okay. So I thought I'd answer these two questions, and feel free to comment and give me your input. Now, um, let's first understand the context. Okay. Why does a person listen to a YouTube podcast or educational session or read a book? Why? Because a person wants to improve. So let's give credit where credit is due. You are doing it because you want to become a better person. So I applaud that intention. Very good. All right. Now, and let's also understand this much. One person is just, let's say the person is watching movies and is watching football and is watching soap operas. Okay, one person. But the other guy is watching educational videos and educational podcasts. So obviously, this person is watching movies, fantasy. This person is focusing on self improvement. So who's better? Obviously, this person. Okay. Another example, this person reads fictional books, like story books, okay, of fantasy stuff. This person is actually reading business books in terms of improving his skill, say public speaking, whatever. So who's better? Obviously, this person is better because this person is in fantasy land. Okay. Third one is, this person is listening to only songs, love songs, rap songs, and DJ music. This other person is listening to, let's say, anything related to developing a new skill or technical stuff, videos and all that. Fine. So who's better? Obviously, the person who is listening to content that is worthwhile. So that much we agree. But now, when does it become a bad thing? When? I'll give you my example. I'll give my example so that'll make sense to you. Now, from a very young age, I was very curious. I always wanted to read books. My parents would not allow. So, uh, those days there was no Google, there was no iPad, there was no iPhone, there was nothing. It's just you have to go to the library. And where was the library? My school had a library where they would allow one book per week. But because I was so persistent and all that, the librarian, he would allow me to take more than one book, and then he allowed me two books, and finally he used to allow me to take 6 7 books at a time, but it was secret. And whatever books were available there, with pictures and all that, I was a young boy and I would read those. I think it was Eden Blyton and story books and all that. And once I finished all that, obviously started reading historical books. Historical books means not the heavy duty ones with pictures. Okay. And then obviously, I think that went on because there were quite a number of books. Okay. Now, after that, I started, my neighbor had a library, my cousin sister had a library. They had, this Encyclopedia Britannica and Tell Me Why. And, they had a set of books, 1 till 20 or 40, and snakes and trees and insects and all that. So I was too busy immerse myself in all this. Okay. And then it moved to obviously self improvement books, Tony Robbins, Robert Sculler, Napoleon Hill, on self improvement, Think and Grow Rich, how you can become better, power of positive thinking. So I would read all these books. Now, for a guy like me who had no access to any other information, who had no access to a mentor, an elder, father figure, this was a gift. Okay. Now, obviously, as I grew up, I started to work and I would read all these books. Now, from the 80s, a genre came that is motivational, where you can achieve the impossible, you can achieve your dreams, you're worth billions of dollars and all that. So obviously that sat in my head. I'm going to achieve this was actually my dream, to become a billionaire, millionaire, have cars, become rich, become famous, become I was completely brainwashed and immersed in that. So this went on. At the age of 20, my goal was to become a multi-billionaire by 25. Okay, I'd made my plan from the age of 16 because I was reading all these books. By 20, I'll become a millionaire, and 25 billionaire, and have 100 hotels and beautiful girls, and become like James Bond and travel the world, and all big, big dreams. Obviously, too many motivational, overdose of motivational books. It's like, instead of having 1 spoon sugar, I was having overdose of sugar, which was giving me, I think, mental diabetes. So obviously, I was in La La Land, overconfident, because I was actually not overconfident. I was insecure. I had low self-esteem, and that I manifested by being defensive and showing a big ego. And lo and behold, I made all the mistakes that a egoistic person, that a person who is very self-defensive, who is very stubborn, who believes that he will achieve the greatest things on the planet. Because I was a frog in a small well. Made all the mistakes. 30, age of 30, still average guy, normal guy, but overly confident. Until, you follow my videos, 36, I lost everything, suicide, okay. And that is where I decided, okay, I'm reading all these books. And by the time, I think I was investing at least $1,000 to $2,000 per, sometimes per week in books. Not joking. Per week, $1,000. It used to go to even $2,000, and sometimes per month. On an average, let's say per month, $1,000 to $2,000 on books. Even if I had not finished the books, I'd buy more books. I'd go to Kinokuniya. It was one of the largest library bookshops in Dubai. So here I was absorbing information of opinions of people. And yes, as the book industry became a business, you had every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming out with a book of secrets, strategies, and all the bullshit on the planet. Okay. But then I was like, where I was going slowly, but I was not becoming a millionaire or billionaire. I was still the same old guy earning an income per month. It was only at the age of 36 when I went through a disaster where I had to really reevaluate my life. And then instead of reading books for the sake of only reading books, I decided to read books for the sake of starting a business, a brand, and earning a livelihood. That is where things changed. That is where I was evaluating. This book is about motivation. I don't need more motivation. This book is about visualizing and achieving success. I don't need it. This book is about training, how to conduct a seminar. Okay, this is useful. So I was cherry picking books that really mattered to my trade and helped me earn money. And from the age of 36, today I'm 45, going to be 46 next month. So in this 10 years, I have been reading less and I've been doing more. And if I do read a book, it will be only related to immediately what is useful. For example, if I were to read a book now, maybe it can be search engine optimization. Example, I'm giving you, or personal branding, something new they found out, or how to make money online, something like that related to my work, or how to deal with clients, negotiate, or sales, maybe brush up my skills on that. So anything related to my business, my brand, and what will help me earn more money. I have books on love, sex, visualization, success stories, biographies. I'm looking at my library. The road ahead. All kinds of various books about politics, about economics. But I'm not going to actually take them so seriously. I might, when I'm walking in the gym or on my treadmill, when I'm on my treadmill, I might listen to, half an hour, 45 minutes, might listen to some book which is heavy duty, like economics or geopolitics, to improve my horizons. But where money is concerned, where priority is concerned, I'll focus hardcore only on what will help me earn more money. So you see the transition, the shift. Before it was reading any book and every book and trying to be the jack of all. Now it's very focused. In the same way for you, what are you reading? You need to ask yourself, what am I reading? And this, what I'm reading, is it helpful immediately? Or is it helpful next month, 6 months, 1 year? Or is it just improving your knowledge? Let's say you are I'm giving an example. Let's say you are a graphic designer. You're doing Photoshop, Illustrator, and you're reading a book on geopolitics of Japan and China. How does it help you? It makes you maybe a intelligent guy, well informed about Japan and China to have a conversation on politics, but nothing related to Photoshop or Illustrator. It's pointless. It's useless. Another example. Say Elon Musk comes out with a book, How I Achieved Billions. Jack Ma, How I Achieved $1 trillion industry. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. They come out with the books. 7 strategies for my peak performance or whatever. My dear, these are billionaires. These are people who got lucky. That's why. And what do I mean by lucky? Even if they write A to Z, how they achieved billions, you're not going to be a billionaire like them. That is guaranteed. They are one in a generation. Michael Jackson comes out with a book on how to sing and dance. You are not going to become a legend like Michael Jackson or Oprah Winfrey. She comes out with a book how to, do talk shows. Even if you try, you're not going to succeed. Joe Rogan comes out how to make $100 million as a podcaster. I can pretty much assure you, even if you follow his advice to the T, you're not going to make $100 million. Why? Because he was the right guy, at the right place at the right time. Okay. So now these guys, maybe they'll give you advice like get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, exercise, meditate, read one book per week. These are very generic pieces of advice. It is not customized to you. Remember, 10 human beings, if you take, each of these 10 are unique. Each of these 10 have unique skills. Each of these 10 have a unique background, parents, environment, friends, which country they belong to. One piece of advice cannot help all of them. Like, for example, I said, getting up 4 o'clock in the morning. What if you are a night person like me? I have spent my time getting up 4 in the morning when I was doing the triathlon, but I'm generally a person who sleeps late. I've experimented with sleeping early or sleeping late. And I've just now, thanks to the way I earn, I can sleep whenever I like. So I just wait until my body's tired, then I go to sleep. But if you were to ask me, get up at 4 every single day, then I have to literally make sure that my day is planned out where I have to sleep by 8 or 9. Otherwise, I cannot get up at 4. And given the fact that I'm a light sleeper and, my mood swings and my clients are at different time zones. So I can't have a time frame. So now what will I do? 4 a.m. Getting up in the morning is not applicable to me. Okay, meditation. Many people say that if you meditate, you will achieve clarity of thought and that will help you become successful. Do you know how many people meditate? Do you think all of them become successful? No. See, so don't cherry pick people and just say, yeah, he meditated, he achieved $1 million. Doesn't mean if you meditate, you'll achieve $1 million. Then, I'm looking at the points, so I don't miss any. Then, I think another point that we have to speak about is these YouTubers coming and giving you advice. See, please understand, a guy who runs a podcast, a guy who gives you advice online or secrets to success, each one of them has an agenda. What they are showing you is, oh, I'm trying to give you free knowledge, but nothing is for free. See, Joe Rogan created a podcast because he wanted to speak to certain individuals because there was no such platform. He never did it for making money. He didn't know whether it could make money also. Later on, he realized, oh, I can monetize this. He went with the flow and finally got picked up by Spotify. Okay, that's a rare, once in a lifetime kind of lucky person. And he had the skills. He's a stand-up comedian. He's a commentator. He has those skills. After him, all those people who came out with podcasts, they are not come here for your benefit. They are come here to make money through monetization. And many of them have the podcast to ensure their brand runs, they make money, they run their business, they are well known. Valuetainment, he does it because it piggybacks on his business brand. I do my videos like this one is to enhance, support my brand and also bring trust. So when I offer content and value, people who watch my channel for over the period of months or years, they realize I can trust the guy. Many clients of mine have been telling me that I watched your content for 6 years. Just imagine, 6 years. I don't know who they are. And they come to me and they say, now I finally feel I can take your service. So I'm investing in my brand by giving value. Now, let's assume if in case nobody came, I would still continue making videos because I've always loved communicating. I was into public speaking. I've always been talkative. I love the attention. But thankfully, this helps me commercialize and make money and also invest in my brand. So it's like a very big benefit. I'm doing what I'm passionate about. But then rest of the other YouTubers who are doing it, they also have an agenda like me. And not everything that they share is going to be useful. Now, I know what you'll say, Loy, why are you being a pessimist? I'm not being a pessimist. Neither am I. I prefer to be an optimist. I prefer to be a realist. Okay. If you want to listen to 100 podcasts in a year, or you want to listen to a podcast every day or watch videos, go ahead, be my guest. I'm not going to lose anything. You are spending time, effort, and money. Now, if you're doing it when you're driving in a traffic jam, you're not losing anything. I used to do that. I still do that. But now, because I drive a scooter, I can't do that. I do it on my treadmill. So instead of just doing nothing on a treadmill or listening to music, I might as well listen to some educational. Now, is that going to make me smarter? No, it's going to make me more aware. If you just keep listening to podcast after podcast, read a book after book, you'll just have knowledge. You're not going to be smart. If that was the case, just reading you'll become, then you're smarter than you would start earning more than a person who has a PhD. It doesn't work that way. Just listening to something doesn't help you. It's another form of entertainment. And what I call it is living the illusion or the delusion that you're smarter. I get so many of these youngsters in my WhatsApp group. Oh, they will speak of Noel Harris, or they'll speak of Nasib Taleb, 14, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, big talk they'll give. Cryptocurrency, investments, oh, the frontal part of the brain, the cortex, are you thinking this way, blah, blah, they'll give. And then if you ask them, what are you actually doing with your life? Where do you actually work? Zero, nothing. So just as by watching videos on weight loss, you'll not lose weight. Bodybuilding, you'll not become a bodybuilder. Watching karate, you don't become a karate expert. Drawing, gaming, whatever the skill is, engineering, you don't become one. Remember, knowledge is not power. Application of knowledge is power. So, if you are listening to anybody's advice, watching a podcast or a video, see what you can apply immediately and test and find out the results. If you can achieve those results, great, then it's working. If not, you're just doing it. It's like another form of entertainment. And in the end, all it does is relaxes you or gives you something to feel good, but it's not going to be of any benefit. That's what I want to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with what I'm saying or do you disagree? I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Having said that, think about what I've said and comment. You guys take care. This is me signing off.